I feel like this is going to upset some people, but we need to talk about trophy hunting. You've probably seen this topic pop up a lot this year. There have been headlines and debates about it constantly, but the conversation more recently has revolved around Blondie. Blondie was a GPS-collared male lion and part of an Oxford research project who was lured out of a protected area with bait and shot. He was a pride male, a father to many cubs, and only 5 years old, which is technically 1 year too young to be killed under Zimbabwe's own hunting guidelines. But because all the paperwork was in order, the hunt was ruled legal. If you followed me for any amount of time, you probably know how I feel about hunting for sport. It's not something I can ever ethically endorse. But the conversation around trophy hunting isn't just about animal ethics, it's also about how we fund the conservation industry. The conservation industry is notoriously underfunded, and trophy hunting has been defended as one way to address that. Kill one animal, raise enough money to protect the rest. And it's certainly true that in some cases trophy hunting has shown conservation success. It's helped fund anti-poaching units, helped have land set aside for wildlife, and in certain cases local communities have received some financial benefits. However, there is another side to it. Trophy hunting has deep colonial roots, and often indigenous communities were removed from their land in order for it to be protected for wealthy outsiders to come and hunt in, while their own sustainable hunting and land use practices were criminalized. Economic corruption is also rampant. Research shows that only about 3% of the revenue created from trophy hunting ever reaches local communities, and the rest goes to travel agencies, governments, and foreign stakeholders. And the supposed sustainability of trophy hunting relies on rules and guidelines that are often not enforced. Blondie's case shows that. On paper, he should have been completely protected, but in reality, no animal is really safe from trophy hunting. And ultimately, tying conservation funding to killing animals for sport reinforces the idea that wildlife are products to be used for human entertainment. And that perception does massive harm to the conservation industry overall. So while I can recognize this is a complicated topic for many, I can firmly say that I do not believe trophy hunting has any place in the future of conservation. That doesn't mean I think it's realistic to end it overnight, and I think that sudden bans could actually do more harm than good in the long term. What it does mean is that as an industry, I think we need to be finding ways to develop conservation that isn't rooted in colonialism or in the idea that wildlife are products to be used or killed for human entertainment.